Good morning. Welcome to Freeway Bible Study for the first day of May 2018. My name is Kurt Bell. I'm your host. I'm a non-believer, but I enjoy reading the Bible and thinking and talking about its contents. Today, Genesis 39, Joseph and now I can't remember. Is it Potiphar? Hold on. What is his name? It is Potiphar. Joseph and Potiphar's wife, I think it's called. This is a pretty short story. I tried to do this yesterday, actually, and ran out of batteries. This is my second attempt. This is also why I didn't have a video yesterday. So, Joseph is, as you know, is down in Egypt now, if you've been following the story. Sold into slavery by his brothers, who in turn Joseph was sold to the house of Pharaoh's captain of the guards, Potiphar, and Joseph was blessed by the Lord in service of Potiphar and prospered, and as a result, Joseph quickly gained more and more control over Potiphar's household, because Potiphar recognized that Joseph seemed to be a blessed man, blessed by his God. So before long, Potiphar had nothing more to worry about other than his meals. Basically, Joseph took care of everything. And around and about, apparently Joseph was a good-looking man, and Potiphar's wife began to notice him, and she came to him one day and said, "Come sleep with me, Joseph. Lie with me," she would say, in the King James edition. And of course, Joseph, being a righteous man, refused, saying, "How could I do this? My lord, Potiphar has given me control of everything over the house. I am the first among men in the household besides Potiphar himself, and I have access to everything except you, because you are his wife. How could I sin against the Lord and do such an evil thing against my master?" So he refused. But apparently, Potiphar's wife kept up her efforts, and day after day she would ask him to come to her, and he continued to refuse. And one day, Potiphar came into the house to do some business, and lo and behold, there were no other men in the house. So Potiphar's wife came to him and really laid it on, and went so far as to reach out and grab his cloak. And boy, it makes me wonder, excuse me, I got a call. If there's a hashtag #MeToo moment here, where she reaches for his cloak and he pulls away, and in so doing, his cloak falls off. Now, this is not the coat of many colors, because that, of course, was taken. There's a police officer right there. The coat of many colors was, of course, taken by his brothers and soiled with blood to use as evidence that Joseph had been killed by wild animals, thus sending his father into mourning for the remainder of his days. But so Joseph left whatever cloak he had on at the moment behind, and as soon as she realized that he had fled but left some evidence, Potiphar's wife raised the alarm, looked for the other men of the household, and began telling everybody that Joseph had come in seeking to have her, and that she had refused and raised her voice, screamed, and that he ran and left his coat. So things are looking bad, and then the master comes home, the captain of the guard, and she tells the story to him, and he's very angry. And he takes Joseph and places him in the prison for the king's prisoners. So I guess this is a special prison set aside. Maybe I did read a little scholarship. It said that the prisons were not common in the time. Either you were let go, or perhaps more often simply executed. So I shouldn't laugh, but apparently that's, you didn't need a place for long-term punishment, because punishments were either very extreme or lenient, as the case may be, or extreme or non-existent, basically. So this may have been a place where they were waiting for, a auspicious moment for justice, or to assemble a trial. In this case, we'll learn in the next chapter, because I read ahead, that there was a reason that this little prison was being held, and it may kind of been an improvised prison, although there was a prison guard, prison warden. And the last part of this chapter is that Joseph, the same grace that the Lord showed to Joseph in running Potiphar's household and his fields even, he also showed the same grace in the prison. So the prison warden immediately began to realize, hey, there's a good man here, and began to let Joseph run everything related to the prison as well. So soon Joseph's kind of a honorary prison ward, I guess, within very short order that takes place. And that's where the chapter ends. So not a lot of depth or substance here, but just kind of more storytelling, maybe setting the stage for the next chapter, where there'll be a little more interest going on. And that's it for Genesis 39. Tomorrow we'll be into the 40s. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and make it a good life. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.